Welcome to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Gentleman, the podcast that deals with the early life of J.R. Hendrick. And now, narrating J.R. the Billionaire, J.R. and Jimmy. 3 p.m. Eastern, Friday, October 6th. President Bill Clinton calls his private secretary, Betty Curry, into the Oval Office for a little chat. Okay. Look for this little soundbite here. Your secretary is here, sir. And switchboard is holding your calls for the moment. Thank you.
Mr. President?
Ready? Come on in for a minute, please.
You're closing the doors that must mean you're serious.
I'm afraid so. Look, Betty, I don't know how to say this, but I'm receiving dispatches from Bob Carlson from the from Business Week.
And?
Jim Hendrick has a rally tomorrow in. You want Jim Clark?
No, thank you, Mr. President.
He has a rally tomorrow in Gatlinburg.
And that concerns you.
Some of the heavies that were involved with me in Whitewater are bound to be there.
Who?
Well, there's some people I never mentioned. Hillary kept them quiet. There were people we knew, well, that I knew from Oxford and Georgetown, Yale, early Yale. And there's John Donato. He gets some of the early financing through BBCI. And then, of course, there was Bruce McShaw, who also worked for BCCI. And my concern is that this could all go out in the woodwork. What is it?
Bob Cooney's attorney released a statement to the papers this morning saying his client never heard him say anything about Whitewater or Erskine Bowles or Field later.
Well, Phil wouldn't know. In fact, he told Hillary that he didn't want to know. But there's people in my administration in mid-level whose heads could roll if Hendrick releases anything.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to say that you have no knowledge of Whitewater, and you could say that the president apologizes for any words out of the mouth of James Ryan Hendrick in official capacity of my appointee
with the Entrepreneurial Affairs Agency.
Yeah, not Small Business Administration. I don't want Erskine or Phil to wear any egg on their face.
You know Erskine is going to request a leave of absence.
I know. He's stepping down. Look, I don't want you to worry about that. Everything happens for a reason.
Turnover is high. Is it because of Hillary?
No. It's some other things going on. Look, don't you worry, Betsy. I have to fix this up. Betty, I need you to let me fix this on my own. And I need you to understand something. James Ryan Hendrick, I want you to set up an appointment for me to meet with him at 11 o'clock on the morning of December 12th. With or without his wife, I don't give a damn.
With or without his wife, you don't care.
That's right. Just make sure he's in the Oval Office, and he'll want to be sent on his way, no doubt.
Yes, sir.
"6 p.m. Central. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, outside of Grandma Elizabeth's bedroom, Kyle and Madison are arguing bitterly when Mike Fields walks outside. "Okay, knock it off, both of you," Mike said. "Kyle, damn it. Do you want your daddy to stay mad at you? Come on. Show some common courtesy. Damn it. Alright, I get it. You're both tired of being at the ranch. Now, come on. When your daddy gets back during the government shutdown, you can talk to him. Okay?" Sometimes this thing loves to be stubborn. Here we go. October 7th, 1 p.m. Eastern. Jim arrives home from speaking at a Phil Graham rally in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Having lunch on the plane. He has a massage and goes for a swim. Claude had flown into Washington, D.C. the evening before, taking Janet with him. 3 p.m. Central. J.R. had been studying all morning at the Center for Public Affairs Library when Johnny Blanchard, an Odessa stockbroker he hired, came in to see him. "How long can you expect to hold on to these stocks?" Johnny said. "Get this straight. I asked you here to do business," Gerald said. "Then to face the truth. Those stocks are skyrocketing. But they're not going to stay up forever. Alright, damn it. I'll tell you something. I will email you and let you know what to do with those stocks. I took over the chairman of the board of that company. And I can buy it outright if I want to. Giving the shareholders a decent piece of the pie with a severance package. I thought you were ruthless. Just like as your father. But I never thought of this gentleman's code. That is 19th century. Wake up and smell the coffee now. Do you want my family business? Learn to handle stocks, just like I say. Because you don't want me calling my daddy. Because he might buy all that stock for me. Okay, so it's 5 p.m. Central. Dinner at the Holy Spirit Club is lasagna with garlic parmesan toast. And so JR sits down with Stony Rosen. Oh, now, why the long face, JR? Stony said. I get to buy all that stock, Stony. But what is it all for? I became a billionaire. With hamburgers are for dinner at the Holy Spirit Club as JR sits down C.B. Coleman and Brent. Kevin tells me you heard from your father today. Please don't tell me he left you bitter. No. He left me feeling pretty good inside. As a result, my earnings I make in any companies, I got to put aside the 10% for Daddy and 10% for God, Jared said. You don't owe your father anything, C.B. Coleman said. Sorry, C.B., but you're behind the times as far as that family is everything in competition. And someone always has to have a piece of a pie, Brent said. His brother Kyle used to get mad every time because JR and Christine would beat him at Trivial Pursuit. So when the big guy comes back into town, everything is going to be a competition again. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. In the Mansion Theater at 14 Heritage Gate, Jim and Claude are drinking Bud Dry and watching the Dallas Cowboys game. It's clear they're starting to win against the 49ers. 9 p.m. Central. Betsy talks to her mother and sits there helping her back in the bed. Nope, wrong one. something like that. Here we go, finally. October 9th, 9 p.m. Central. JR is back on the third floor of the Texas Tech Library after his father had given a scolding to the state about banning him because of Charlie Nation. And so Brent walks in. So here we are, me and Jack Daly. We now need your vote, Brent said. Why? JR said. Those better sounds of yours. We need to show you, Brent said. Face it, JR. You're taking over companies to impress your dad. And why? To make up for his own inadequacies. He can't make up his mind whether to be a Darwinist or a moralist. Your granddaddy taught you better than that, Jack Daly said. Interesting times, JR. I just want you to know there's a lead editorial I'm putting out tomorrow on campaign finance reform. You can find it at Crockett House. The blogger John Henry will be there to see you. Happy hunting, Brent said. I can't tell whether you're being an imp or you're trying to dupe Clinton, Jared said. That is for me to know and you to find out. Good night, JR, Brent said, walking out of the library with the Center for Visually Impaired. 5 a.m. Eastern. Jim is in the living room watching Billy Graham speak at the Crusade, this year's Crusade in New Orleans earlier this month. Although because of his health, he didn't say that much. His speech was very stirring to Jim, making him realize that his family and his God were more important than his thirst and hunger for power and recognition. 9:30 a.m. Central. JR is in political contention class where Friedrich McKay reassigned him to work at the Center for Public Affairs instead of congressional candidate Isaiah Friedlander, who Blake Carter said last week was losing credibility among Virginia Republicans. 10 a.m. Eastern. Jim is in the theater with his dream team as Calvin Jim McDonald does some polling on Jim's position of sustainability for small business in Nashville, Tennessee and Nacogdoches, Texas. The main challenger, who was always running polls against Jim, was Houston Gordon, a lawyer running against Tennessee Senator Fred Thompson. "1 p.m. Central. Christine is having lunch in the infirmary when John Henry walks in. Did you call JR? John Henry asked. Dirk has been in class all morning, and so have I, Christine said. Call him today. John places a tape recorder in hand and puts a cassette inside. Use this, John said. Look, I don't want to harm him, or you and your family. Just want to commend him for treating Jennifer with respect and leaving her in peace. 2 p.m. Central. JR is in his room when he gets a call. It's Christine. Look, Bubba.
He's here, sir. Mr. President? Come on, Leo. How would you like to have a Bud Light? Ain't there something else? Well, there is a blind margarita. I was hoping to save that for later, but, well, okay. I just need to know a few things. If you don't mind. Sure, no problem. James Ryan Hendrick, what do you know? Well, he's been interviewed by Jim Larson, Melissa's Marshall. You serious? Not Blake Carter? Sounds like he's developed some common sense. I wouldn't say Blake Carter is, though. What's going on? Certain aspects of the divorce is heating up in the our lawyer's saying something about alimony. Well, how much, I wonder? Going away price is $700,000. You see, he's not likely to accept it. I'm pouring you a damn double. We're going to celebrate. Now, to the demise of Jim Hendrick and Blake Carter. Cheers. Tell me what you know. Tomorrow he has consulting time with Mary Magdalene O'Hare. Saturday he's going to a rally at Nacogdoches, Texas. Wow. Tuesday, he's speaking at a little place at it's called the All Saints Assemblies of Christ congregation in Arlington, Virginia. It used to be the place pastored by the Reverend Isaiah Friedman, but he's running for Congress. Let me guess. Jim Hendrick is back in the idiot. No, he's not. He's putting his money with Bill Hume. What? After the elections, he told the press that he was going Republican. I know. Let's sit down. So he's voting for a libertarian for Congress? Well, not exactly voting, but he's throwing some money behind it. You know, I remember in his little diatribes back in '94, he hated the union. I don't think he likes that reverence he had to confess to. Oh, so there's a seared conscience on his soul. Anything else? Well, Wednesday morning he testified before Congress before going to a financial meeting. Thursday, of course, he's going to try to get an audience with Blake Carter. If not, he'll reach out to somebody else. Like less is more. I don't think he's going to have too much with Larson. But the 19th is his press shop day. And of course, the 20th, he has a consultant day. And then, of course, the 21st, he's going to be speaking at Georgetown University. Really? He is. And the morning of the 23rd, he's going to Dallas, Texas to meet with Alex Rowley. His whole dream team is going to be there. I think he's going to try to have his wife there. Leon, you've seen a hell of a report. Take care of yourself, all right? I want to see you Tuesday the 24th. Yes, sir.
Okay, now. 4 p.m. Central. JR had just returned from the UMC medical offices to receive his first dolphin testosterone injection. JR and Connie are celebrating with a soda President Clinton's signing of the Small Business Lending Enhancement Act of 1995. I know your father is not going to like this, Connie said. It's something, Gerald said. Daddy has to accept some concessions. So have you come to your senses about Karen? I don't know. I'm about half past done. About time. Plenty of women covet a chance to date you. 6 p.m. Central. JR has post-dinner drinks with his family on the phone. Where's Kyle? JR asked. He and Elizabeth Marie went out to dinner. They'll be back soon, Betsy said. Poor Frank. With Kyle, he don't have a chance, Gerald said. Don't pity Frank, JR. Gretchen Conover, a family friend, said. You know not all of us are lucky in relationships, JR said. Now hold that, Betsy said. Kyle and Madison are very happy. Sergeant Fred are very happy. And you and Christine will find love too. We're back, Elizabeth Marie said. One thing I can say about Kyle is that we settled a few things. Now, how well did it go? Jerry asked. Well, since everyone in on the family is on the phone or speakerphone is here, I'll tell you. In fact, all the vote holders are here except baby Andrew, Kyle said. Get on with it, Jared said. Well, I've given it some thought. And I know Daddy gave me 10% of Bristol Monarch. But I don't want it, Kyle said. You don't have to do this, Christine said. Don't sell yourself short. Uncle Jim gave you those shares, Sarge said. Well, I discussed things with Madison, and I don't want them. So I sold them to Elizabeth Marie, Kyle said. Kyle, no, Betsy said. It's an albatross around my neck, Mama, Kyle said. Elizabeth Marie shall have them. Kyle, you can't be serious. I am. End of story, Kyle said. Well, I think this is the most wonderful thing, Elizabeth Marie said. Thank you, cousin. A partnership is born, J.R. said. 1 a.m. Central. The next morning, Grandma Elizabeth wakes up screaming in abdominal pain. Mary Blue, a night nurse, gives her her medicine so that she can go back to sleep. 5:30 a.m. Central. Jared is swimming in the Sibley when he gets a phone call. It's Mike Fields. The market is going to nosedive tomorrow. I just thought I'd give you a heads up. Dr. McPherson of Odessa University College warned me. When I get a signal, you buy all the stocks, then you take the money, cut the Nicodemus accounts, and give a second package to the rest of the shareholders, Gerald said. 9 a.m. Central. At the library, Smith Hall, Lucinda and J.R. make some copies of the memo he makes to give to Christine Murray about how media affects politics. He also asked her, Magdalene O'Hara said. But what you can say is that Clinton is guilty of poor budget management and investment for the future, Carl Rove said. Is this based on some polls? Based on what Cowboy Jim McDonald created on Tuesday? Jim said. In many ways, yes, Mary said. You have a bunch of consultants in your pocket. But provocative politics isn't your forte. 3 p.m. Central. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Kyle is getting ready to take James Moorhead's bull for a rodeo tomorrow in Nacogdoches, Texas. You sure you want to go? Madison said. You sure you don't? Kyle said. You twist in the morning about being at this ranch. I'm going to Galveston with the kids to see my brother. Why, you're gone. Ben should be back on Sunday, Kyle said. I'll be back to stay. 5 p.m. JR is having dinner with Mike Fields. I'll signal you to buy the firm, JR said. So, you have a meeting with Brent Clark tonight, Mike said. Yes. I'm telling you now, lay off Karen Kreider. Your daddy has a premonition. She's seeing somebody else. No. JR, there are plenty of fish in the sea. Besides, you have a senior advocacy essay to start in January. Don't you dare blow this on account of her. 7:45 p.m. At the main university library, JR meets Brent upstairs. Don't tell me. You bought the company. JR texts Mike Fields. I bought the company right now. Damn you, slicker than your father, Brent said. You know, Daddy says you're worthy opponent to him. I have had an earful of what your daddy says, JR said. You're the big guy, JR, Brent said. I made you a crown of creation. Brent laughs and walks outside the door. Hope you enjoy listening to the J.R. Hendrick Takes and Gentlemen. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, become a part of the adventure. This is the James Hendrick Empowerment Network saying, get ready for the rest of the story. It gets interesting from here.